Yeah, that was probably one of the better pre-shows we've ever had.
Oh,
It
well.
really was.
Sorry, I was peeing.
Yeah, I should have reached
That's okay.
over and just started recording it.
Just-
Mhm.
Oh,
Now what?
I don't know. Open on dead air. That's great.
You're the host.
What are we talking about?
It's perfect.
I was just listening to. I like to listen to the podcast. It turns out before we start podcasting, because then it gives me like an idea of what we're.
Catch all the mistakes you made.
Oh God, well, yeah. Let's do that. Department of Corrections. First thing, I sat so high on my chair about the tires on that Wagoneer.
Oh,
the
yes.
rest
of
mod Wagoneer.
Please, yes.
I did.
Indulge me.
Those are 38s.
No,
Oh, would
I
you
thought
say
they were
35s?
I thought they were
Yeah.
315 70 17. That was like what I was pretty certain they were.
Uh-huh.
Colin was like, "There's no way. Those are 31s or 32s," and then he kind of landed on 33s at the end. So I was like, "All right, whatever." And I finally, I think in the episode, just said, "I don't know. Maybe you could be right, but I really think they're bigger." There's a
I said
journalist.
33 tops.
Yeah, that was what you said exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There was a journalist that had one that was reviewing it that I follow on Instagram, and he had enough of a close shot of the wheel tire combo that I saw 33s.
Yep.
Or 33-ish, basically. So
Was it because I remember looking it up on their Instagram and going through the comments and found somebody posted like question mark or 27585 R17 question mark.
they were
And then it
285,
was like-
70, 17, so close.
Okay. And the author had clicked like, and I was like, I think
Yeah.
that might be it.
Yeah, so I was wrong. They were, and Colin was right, which I think is the
Thank
thing
you.
he really
That's the
wants to hear.
important
He
part
doesn't want to
there,
hear
yeah.
that I'm wrong. He wants to hear that he's right. So that was good. What was that? What else was I wrong about? Let's see. I had another one that I was going to mention too, but must not have been that important. Are you going to play a
I know,
sound? You look like you're trying to play a sound. You're
I
just
tried.
queuing something up.
Yeah, I tried. But what I'm searching didn't come up. So
Damn.
Swing and a miss.
I know one I was wrong on
Oh,
recently.
good.
Let's go.
Owning a white Tacoma.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, we got
I
to the
never
correct
owned a white
answer on that.
That was pretty funny.
in pod, so I think we're okay there.
I have no idea where my brain was going that night. I was like, look back and I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm a fucking idiot.
You were so animated about it too. It wasn't even like I didn't own one of those. You were like, I didn't own a white Tacoma.
That was a long day at work. I'm going to chalk it up to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well. Oh. What is that noise? Is that
Jeopardy?
That's
Jeopardy.
it.
I'd like to buy-
Steve got it.
Oh no! Wait, that's I was
That's
on Wheel
the-
of Fortune.
Yeah, it was either
Oh,
Jeopardy
that's
or
when
Wheel
you
of
get-
Fortune.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get the correct answer.
Correct answer.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't remember what that other thing was, so who knows? I'll listen to it again at some point. No, I won't. I don't go back and listen to old episodes. Everybody else should, but I don't.
Wow.
Does that change anything for our viewers? Like for our stats? If you like somebody watches something twice,
Yeah.
Just play
It's
it.
an extra view.
it's just an extra view.
Mhm.
It's not like they're not unique views.
No, it's just extra view. Yeah,
Okay, good to know.
which we'll take.
We will take them all.
Yeah.
We'll take full views, half views, double views.
Mm-hmm. Prefer multiple view
Mhm.
over the less than
Yeah.
one view.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Bare minimum should be one view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also listening to the most recent one where we were talking about the OnX build challenge, which was
Mhm.
kind of fun. We talked about it again too, in the SEMA conversations, and then I was thinking about. I have now watched a couple pieces of content that included, some of the vehicles. The official content doesn't appear to be out yet,
Not that I've seen. No.
but some of the influencer people have been kind of dropping their stuff. It was kind of interesting. The little rover does pretty well. It sounds like it's like under-yeared or something, but it's interesting. It's so tiny. I didn't realize
Mhm.
how small it was until I started like seeing it on these trails, and those videos were pretty cool. And then I watched the guy with the 7.3 Bronco, which that's what I was wrong about. Definitely has a 7.3 in it. I didn't say it didn't. I said I couldn't confirm.
Yeah.
So it does for sure. And that thing rips. It's cool. He has a video where he just kind of goes through like the first day, and they do a drag race challenge, and he does really well with it, and it's fun to watch. He nearly yards the rear end out of it. So spoiler alert, that's fun to watch. It was good. I was gonna go and look at the vote tally because I was curious while we're doing this.
I'm sure Nate is basically in last place.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. That's the joke at this point,
Yeah.
right? Let's see. Oh, there's a winner. Oh, wait, that's 24. Oh, no, that is 20. 24 is...
That's this year.
Oh, there's a
Way
winner.
to count.
I see.
Wrong
Well-
again, Sean.
Yeah. Always wrong. Welcome to my life. Well, I know who the winner is. It was Paul with Fab Rats, but it doesn't really say anything about the follow.
That doesn't surprise me
Yeah, that thing was right.
because that was the Willie's wagon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Here's the vote totals. So I'm going to go first to last now because I already ruined it. Second is Bleep and Jeep. Pretty tight by about 6,000 votes.
Like, this is total? Like,
Total
this is
votes.
everything?
Total
including
votes.
the competition or just
Yeah.
the votes?
It doesn't say. It just says that Fab Rats won with this amount. So
Oh,
I'm assuming this is the total with the results of the competition.
okay.
Bleep and Jeep and sorry. Fab Rats 47.8. Bleep and Jeep 41.2. And you have Mischief Maker at 37.848. Rudy's Adventure and Design at 14.934. Oof. Then you have Robbie Layton at 14.785. That was a pretty tight one. And then you got old Dirt Lifestyle at 11.3.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that less votes than when we talked about this last? I don't know. And then you have Trail Builds It, which I didn't ever see if they actually did the competition because Mike was talking about that they weren't going to.
They
So
didn't. He was. I think he was there.
yeah, it looked
but
like it.
not with
A rig.
Yeah. So
Well, without a rig,
he
he
do
only lost to Dirt Lifestyle by 1,000 votes, almost on the dot at 10,319.
yeah, that shows you why the voting thing is
And
a
then,
little.
yeah, it's a little wonky. And then most improved, Ultra 4 Jones, I think he had 5 votes when we talked about this last. He got 669.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun though to watch the. Did any of you guys watch any of this? Or am I the only person that saw it so far?
I haven't seen any
Okay.
after
Content or
yeah,
like during?
well, I watched Nate's like quick little video that he did, but I have not watched
Okay.
anybody else's.
I watched his, and then I watched the Ultra 4 Jones guy
Mm-hmm.
because now he's all in my algorithm. Like it's just always mentioning
Full
him.
size Fords everywhere.
Sean's an OBS guy now.
It is. Yeah, it turns out that's really just who I am. And then Robbie Layton, I watched his because I was really interested in the van thing because I
Mhm.
had seen it and been so in awe about how pretty, I guess is the word that I would use, it was. And it does way better than I thought it would do off-road. It doesn't do really well, but I thought it would be useless.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it must not have a lot of weight up top, I guess. Maybe it's just all... It's got big axles and like full belly skids and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It has an issue like early on where you can't like shift it, and like they're like 2 days late to the competition. Like it's a whole disaster. So yeah, it was quite the thing. I think also the Mini must have been that late too, because I don't think it was there at the beginning with the other guys.
I remember Mike said something about it, and I think it breaks or is broken, and so it doesn't like do any of the competition. So, or something along those
Should have
lines.
built a truck, not a car, right?
Yeah, that's what you get for lifting a tiny little vehicle.
Yeah. I am curious to see the build on it.
I'm pretty impressed that Nate actually made it, being that he switched up so far in the game and went to that rover with such he had like 5 weeks left, was it?
Yeah, that's
something
actually
like that.
impressive because he made, I don't want to say no progress, but the other thing he went through so many redesigns and like the the actual plan changed and all this stuff. And I'm sure they all kind of had this stuff, which is the only one that I actually watched up close. But I was just like, man, what are you, you're all over the place. And then he like decides he's going to build this rover and is just like, this is what it's going to be. Done, done, done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm impressed that he made it and he didn't just show up with a worthless rig. So I guess last place is better than no place at all.
That's true.
But he didn't get last place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but that other guy though, that
Third
other
from
rig,
last,
though,
and one of them didn't even compete. So
yeah, I was gonna say, if the people below you did not compete, then you still get last place.
yeah, I was thinking about that because we made the comment like this seemed to happen to him last time where he didn't have a lot of votes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he doesn't do a good job of promoting that you're supposed to vote? Do you think his reach is that much smaller?
I think sometimes he has a lot of hate watchers, to be honest.
Oh, I've never identified quite like that, but I do have a couple gripes.
The comments sometimes get to be harsh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it's mixed 50-50. It seems like a lot sometimes where it gets a lot of, like, I wouldn't say sometimes it's harsh, but it's like often a lot of like feedback. Constructive feedback.
He's got a very engaged audience, is what you're saying.
From car guys, you're basically just getting lit up in the comments.
The fuck was that, Sean?
I have no idea. What was that?
That was fucking loud.
I jumped like crazy. Was that in the fridge? We lost a LaCroix. It blew up in the fridge.
Does it get too cold?
LaCroix actually just like blew
Holy
up.
shit. I think 2 of them did. You better watch out. We might lose another one.
Did you guys freeze them or something?
I think we did.
Well, let me check.
Okay, I'm going to look at some of these bad comments. Now it smells like lime in here, so that's nice. Key lime at that.
Well, I'm happy that Nate made it. I don't particularly like all of his videos. I think he has a very chaotic way of creating content, but I don't think Nate's a bad guy. I think he's just another dude who's trying to make it in the industry using the outlets in which he does with, I'm sure his production value on all of his YouTube stuff, as far as monetary investment, is probably lower than a lot of these other guys.
I mean, he does pretty good. He makes some great.
He makes great
content.
videos, but
yeah,
like I
his
said,
quality
it's
is crazy.
It's just a little chaotic. I just don't think that he has somebody behind him that has
it's mostly him.
massive
it seems
production.
Huh.
Oh my god!
I think the fridge is a little cold. You better watch
I'm
out,
waiting.
man.
I'm still waiting for it to blow up in Colin's face right now.
Okay, well, let's get away from here.
Because the ones in the door, these two are fine. You blew this thing off the door.
Jesus.
That was
Fire in the hole.
insane.
The IRA LaCroix.
Yeah, do we have any other podcasts that like might have a beef with us that might have planted those? One of our terrible commenters, maybe?
Yeah, one of the like 4.
Hey, man. Haters are haters, right?
At least they're commenting. I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
Today they call it engagement.
Exactly.
I checked our email before the podcast.
And?
Nothing.
Oh, dang it. Come on, people. Well, you know what? To be fair, the last time I tried to shout out the email address, I didn't even know it, so that's not helpful.
Yeah. Campfire Passport, or no, secret RSCP.
You don't even know it, Jesse.
Yes, I do. Secret RSCP@gmail.com.
CPRSCP.
Yes. How's this? If you go back and whoever can find the most moments within the podcast that Sean was incorrect,
Oh my
and
god.
email them to me. Email me a list. The person with the most
I'm glad
time,
Colin can't hear this part.
I'll give them $10. There we go.
Yeah, the comments on the Dirt Lifestyle stuff, they're varied. like he's got a lot of engagement, as Steve put it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's like it's really good feedback, and then sometimes it's like, bro, I think you're just trying to be mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but it's funny because like he'll either do a trip video, and then people say, "Do more build videos."
Do a build
and then he
video?
does a build video.
Come on, you're not doing
and
any
then
trip
people
content.
say, "Yeah, do more trip content." And then he does stuff about like his like upgrading his farm or whatever. And then people are like, "Get back to the car stuff." It's like, dude, you just can't win.
No, I think it'll be fine.
That's just the internet.
Yeah, it is sort
At
of
least
just
it's
the
not
internet
sticky,
to a
right?
degree.
So,
Well, I am serious about this little podcast competition. So if
That's
anybody wants to go back
stupid.
through, and whoever emails me the most
now
amount
these
of time
things have
Sean
to
was
be
wrong, they will
really
win.
wrong. Not like
Yeah. No, they have to give me cite in
I need
a
cited
quote.
examples.
and then the correction
Mm.
with cited sources.
And then
So
we can do a
Proper
special
MLA
episode.
format.
Yeah.
Whoever
We'll do a
presents
special
the-
where I do all of the corrections.
Yeah. And then whoever presents the most to me and that are legitimate will win $10.
Wow.
That's high
Yeah,
stakes.
full
$10.
Hey. It's $10.
Hey, $10 is $10, right?
Yeah. Shit.
We
It's
need
10.
episode number and timestamps.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I need the cited quote and then the correction.
And so I guess with timestamps, please be aware that the YouTube timestamp will be different than the audio timestamp.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if they just give me the episode number, I can be able to find it. That's not that hard. But I just need the quote that says Sean said this and the correction is this.
Okay.
And whoever gives me the most listed in the email, like you just send me an email with here's the time number 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 times Sean was wrong
Wow, 50.
and why he was wrong,
Setting it high.
then whoever gets the most of them is the winner, and you get a whole $10. You can make 10, 2 20 calls.
These can't be like opinionated wrongs. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's I'm saying like,
That's
factually
factually wrong.
Actually
wrong.
incorrect. Yes.
Yeah.
And there's no cutoff date right now because I have no idea how long this is going to take.
It's quite the project because I'm wrong a lot.
it's a lot of money.
Wrong.
Oh no.
Wrong.
Was that Donald Trump?
Sure is.
Wrong.
There's so
What was the
many
name
of
of-
them.
What was the name of his book again, Sean?
I don't know. Wrong.
No, you know it.
Look at me. What's the name of this
Look at me.
name of the
Yeah.
book?
Look at me, Louie.
Daddy, do you love me?
Speaking of
Here's another time. Okay, so now you can. This is a part where somebody can say, episode. I don't even remember which one this is. Sean was wrong. The book's
About
name
what?
is actually this.
oh my god, that is. It was clearly a joke, Jesse.
Well, you could correct yourself in this moment and
I
not
don't
get
want
this one dinged against you.
I don't want to do it. I'll take the ding.
All right.
Mm.
You'll take
You're
the
gonna
ding.
get clips out of context.
Will you
It's
take the
gonna be
dong
great.
also, or
No, just the ding.
just the ding?
The dong is for you.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Cool.
Sorry, Sean. I didn't mean to pick on you.
Oh no, it's fine. You might as well. That's what I'm here for, right?
No,
No? Okay.
no. You're our host.
Oh.
You drive
Shoot.
conversation. You lead this group.
Oh.
It's true.
You're the one keeping us engaged and circled and not running off the rails.
Yeah, but sometimes it's fun to go
Only
off the
somewhat,
rails.
yeah.
Yeah, but you bring us back in. I mean,
Usually. Yeah.
no
usually.
offense against Mike, but if Mike was leading this train, I have no idea where we would be.
Who
we
knows
would
where it'd go? Mike and I had
Exploring a whole new galaxy before we got back to Earth.
yeah, no kidding. We had a long, deep, like conversation over radio last night. We went out on a little snow wheeling adventure which was a lot of fun. And it was stormy like you wouldn't believe. It was snowing sideways. I'm sure the wind was 25, 30 miles an hour the whole time, which sucked. But on the way down, after we turned around, we got into some you know how those conversations go with Mike. You can do a little bit deeper conversation, and then it just kept going. And I was like, man, we're doing this over the radio, like the two-way. This is not the right medium for this, but it does help because I noticed you can't interrupt someone, so neither one of us interrupted each other at all, which was kind of nice. So you got to really say your point.
And you can also choose to turn off the radio.
Oh, I do that when we're on camp trips all the time.
Yeah. It's like, I'm done listening to these guys. Click.
Yep. My favorite is I'll just look over and start turning it down, and then I'll turn the radio stuff up, and then, whatever podcast or music we're listening to, and we just go along our merry way.
Yeah.
So snow last night was kind of fun. And then we didn't get very far. We went towards Three Creeks from Tumalo Falls, and we went, a quarter of the way ish. And there was probably 8 inches, maybe 10 inches of snow. It wasn't too bad, but there were snow drifts across the areas where the trees weren't thick that were at my hood. It was crazy. So we went through a couple of them just fine, and they weren't too bad at all. And then finally we got into a spot where I got stuck 3 times in a row, and Mike pulled me back. And then I was like, we should probably turn around because I can't really stand outside of my vehicle without getting just pelted with snow. And, it just seemed a little, I don't want to say sketchy, but it was not ideal. So we flipped around, and as we flipped around, these 2 guys came down from further up than we were at, which was crazy because I knew there were tracks, but they were almost fully filled in. And they had gone all the way to the cutoff, I think, and come back. And one of the guys had a first gen Toyota pickup with straight axle. Obviously they're factory straight axle, but this one was, I don't know, 40s and stuff. It was super cool, but it was overheating. He had no coolant and a dead battery and then a 4Runner that was similarly set up, and it was fine. So we kind of helped them out, gave them some water. They went going down the road, and we followed them. And then the crazy thing, the reason I was late on my way out to the podcast, I stopped at a gas station, and those 2 guys were there along with Jeremy and what's his name, Quinn from Technique, and a couple other people, and they were all going out tonight. They were like, "Oh, you should go snowmobiling." I was like, "No, I have a podcast. It's more important."
Wow.
I know.
What a
You're
guy.
welcome. You're welcome. That was all just a story to tell you guys how much I love you.
Thanks for letting us know what you could be doing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I had other options, just so you know, but I chose you.
Right.
Well, thinking of snow wheeling, I am coming to Bend for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I am debating getting chains for the trailer and towing over the crawler.
Cool.
So
you should.
That would be a lot of fun to set up a snow wheeling trip and go blast through Oregon, Central Oregon.
You want to build a snowman?
You should.
I mean, Colin, we going to snuggle up and make a snowman? I'm okay with that.
I
don't know.
I'm not.
I've just never.
But
Oh,
I want you to do this. I mean, don't let this stop you. You should.
No, actually, I want to do it more now.
Oh, good. Okay.
You're going to miss out on it.
Well, I will be so
Exact-
sad.
Exact reason I didn't invite you to the dunes this weekend.
Yeah, what the hell, man? I'm glad you brought that up.
Before we get off the snow, I did have something to say, Sean.
What did you not invite me to?
Well, it has to do with snow, but it doesn't have to do with that.
Okay.
Back to Nate.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I
yeah.
did. I don't know if you watched his first or his Nevada trip thing.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if you will be able to, since you have seen it, you'll probably be able to guess as I'm describing where I'm going with this. But the Jesse and Steve may take a couple things. So there's a big Suburban with him, and it has a Duramax. Yeah, I think so. And
the Willamette Fab or something like that.
I think it's
The blue one that he took on the ORD with
Yeah.
It's
him.
been on all of the
Okay.
overland trips that they do that like are across the state for the power stop brake thing, but
Mhm.
it's got a Duramax in
Okay.
it. They're running low on fuel.
Oh yeah.
He gets stuck on an incline, and then all of a sudden it won't start.
Yeah. I
This sounds very familiar.
I immediately was like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Nope, I know exactly what that is.
And the best part was he was like, yeah, well, we so and so was pumping on it for about a half hour before it started. It was like, man,
Sounds
this
right.
is like exactly our scenario.
Yeah. Except for
Oh, that's good.
Colin didn't get stuck. He just parked.
Yeah, just parked. That was all pavement, but still hilarious because like as soon as he said, "Oh yeah, it won't start," I like right away was like, "I bet you it starved it of fuel."
Yeah.
And then sure enough, he was like, "Yep, starved it of fuel." Had to pump it a bunch of times.
What did you think of that video overall?
It seemed oddly short because they packed the whole trip into
Oh.
one video rather
Oh,
than
okay. Yeah.
multiple like they have in the past.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm pretty sure that's how they've done it in the past.
I don't remember, but yeah.
Per the usual, surprised but not surprised that there were no comments about tearing up the roads.
Yeah. I caught that immediately too when he sidetracked on the that hill. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, interesting.
But that was also the first time I've seen a bead grip lose a bead
Multiple times.
and from the sounds of it, and I think I can back him, just from viewing anyway.
Yeah.
The idea that there was one spot that just wasn't ever seated properly, because once he finally did get it seated, he didn't have any issues again.
Yeah.
So one of those things, just wasn't seated right and kept losing the bead, because that's not a feature that you would think would happen on one of those, especially when his buddy with the fucking can size didn't lose a bead at all or anything like that. So
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. It was crazy that it kept happening.
Mhm.
I was trying to see if there's any bad comments on this thing now, but there's not.
Was it the same wheel and tire every
Yep.
time it kept
it
popping?
was the
Okay.
same one every time. And he said he could see, like, after he had reset it the first time, he could see a spot that, like, it just was not seating up against the, edge of the rim like it was everywhere else. So
Mhm.
that kind of was one of the giveaways. And then he eventually, like, once they were in camp or whatever, I think he says that they were putting pressure to it again and got it to like 60 psi, and then it finally popped, and it was like just this crazy, probably like the pop we just had here in the
It
studio.
was a LaCroix popping on
just
the
a
wheel.
LaCroix pop. And
I was reading the comments looking for somebody to make a bad comment, and someone in there said that they have bead grips and I don't know what Mickey Thompson Baja somethings, and they said it took 80 psi to set their bead originally, and then after they've never had any issues.
see.
So I was like, oh, maybe it just didn't set from the get go.
I think
That
that's
makes
the
sense.
case.
Just with
I
a
hate
harder,
those tires, man.
potentially with a harder tire or something with a higher test or a more tighter bead, probably takes a lot more psi to seat on that rather than just a regular tire or a regular wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
probably.
a lot of widow wibs.
Yeah, it's got to push past not just the regular safety bead, but all those little grippies. So
Mhm.
that makes
Mhm.
sense. Those tires, though, man, not a fan.
Yeah, I don't.
I do not like the way they look. But
Mm.
The Mickey
He-
Thompsons.
no, those Nitto mud grapplers.
Mud grappler, yeah.
Ugh.
The ones with like the raptor claw on them. Really
I
gets
am
me.
not a fan of Nitto
Grappler
tires.
I like
No.
those, but not
I
those.
don't.
Trail grapplers are nice tires.
Every time I see a set of them on a rig or talk to somebody who's run them, they always seem to just burn out real fast on a road.
I feel like for
Like,
the money,
so-
there's so many other options.
Yeah,
there really is.
It's a lot of options, yeah.
It's a true story.
there's a lot of hype behind the Nitto tire, but I mean, I'm sure they're great off road. As being as soft of a compound as they are, I'm sure they're great. But if you're going to daily drive it, everybody that I've seen have them just burn them up.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking about just trail stuff. I don't know. The new G3 or whatever might be. That's like their all-terrain, but it's not. They don't make it in big sizes. They make it like up to I don't know, whatever, 35 maybe, or probably 33 tops. That kind of thing.
33 at most.
Yeah, I don't know if those are last a long time or what. So who knows? It was a good video though. I did enjoy it. I thought overall it was interesting, and if you could have told me that was Southeastern Oregon for about half of it, and I would believe you.
Oh yeah,
there's so many similarities to just it looks just like here basically. I mean it's wild.
Well, didn't his Tacoma get wrecked after that?
Yeah,
trip
I
anyway?
think it was like on his drive home from
interesting.
this trip
That the
in
deer?
particular is
Was
when
it
he
deer?
hit the deer. Yeah.
Crazy. I didn't really put that together, but it was together, so it's obviously older content.
Yeah.
I wonder when they actually did it. If it was
They usually do it really early in like the season.
early spring.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they mention it multiple times how like they feel like they've done it earlier every year.
Yeah.
And conditions continue to get like worse. Big surprise. But
You're doing it earlier.
yeah,
Yeah.
because when they did the Oregon one, there was that giant like flooded plain.
Oh, yeah.
that they
Mhm.
drove through because it was still just tons of snow melt up in our area. So
Yeah.
because that's where
Weird.
it
We
was.
never run across that before.
The other thing I was thinking about is they mentioned a couple times that Suburban is close to 10,000 pounds, and I was surprised.
Yeah.
Have you ever weighed yours, Jesse? No.
No, but I mean the original weight of that rig is like 7,200 pounds, something like that. It's 7,000 pounds plus or minus. So, but if you put in a Dirty Max in it with the Allison transmission and a Dana 60 front end, you start gaining weight. And then also his rig has a lot of stuff in it.
As a loaded up.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks like it's got
it,
decent amount of gear.
So I'm going to guess that I'm probably sitting around 7,500 pounds. So 10,000 for him. Not that far of a stretch.
Yeah, one of the comments he says 95.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. They're probably rounding up. But
yeah, because if it's 95, you want to say 10 because that sounds
Nice
sounds
round 10.
cooler. Yeah, it's around 10.
And I also forgot to mention it's like you put 40s on
Yeah,
it too. That's a lot of tire
Yeah, a lot of weight.
because you're talking 120 pounds per wheel and tire combo
At
versus
least.
a 30 on a tiny little steel wheel.
Yeah,
Well, those came on 16 and a half, so that's a big difference.
yeah, for sure. And a winch and all those things. I mean, they all add up.
Yeah.
Bumpers. Also,
Bumpers.
when you said Southeastern when that video you're saying is like, oh man, that reminded me of Southeastern Oregon. Isn't Southeastern Oregon connected to Nevada? Isn't that
Sure
where
is.
this is?
And they actually kind of started
Yeah,
there.
they started
Yeah.
in that corner and ran their way down, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the terrain looks very similar. I guess it gets pretty. The elevation is up there, though. I was surprised at some of the elevation too.
yeah.
They had a lot of late season snow.
I mean, they started in Denio, so
Oh.
Did we ever confirm this? Is this an instance where I'm right or wrong? I remember going.
It's
over
Denio.
that. I think it's Denio.
Oh, I thought it was Denio.
I'm pretty sure
Nope.
it's Denio because I found a thing that.
ugh.
Okay, Colin, what are you saying? What are
It's
you saying?
Denio.
Is it Denio or is it Denio?
I mean, I don't know.
I remember the people at the gas station telling us, or telling someone, what it was, how to say it, because they live there.
Which was
Okay.
Denio.
But I don't remember what
Which one?
what direction it is because we've had too many arguments about it.
Yeah. Well, and now it's like what's that phenomenon where you say something over and over and then you think that it might be wrong?
Shit. What is that? That's
Well, that's happening to me now because now that Steve says Denio, I'm like, well, maybe it is Denio. Denio.
what is that?
Like the Mandela effect, or
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's the thing.
is.
Is it?
It's the
Okay. Well.
yeah. Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when like what eyewear does the Monopoly man have? Does he have glasses, a monocle, or no eyewear at all?
Mm, no.
Round glasses. I'm gonna
It's
say
a
round
monocle.
glasses.
So
It's a
I have
most,
no idea.
most people say monocle, but he does not have any eyewear.
Oh,
So
because they think of the Peanut Man.
maybe, yeah.
Well, yeah, because that looks.
They're both very rich bourgeoisie men.
Do we know that Mr. Peanut is rich, or is it just implied?
I think.
I mean, he's got a monocle and cane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a top hat.
Whoa,
a top hat.
I bet if you went
Whoa.
Hey,
to downtown
Doug
Portland, you could
Dimmadome
find
rich?
someone
Yeah.
that has that same outfit. And yes, Doug Dimmadome is rich because he owns
That
the
hat.
Dimmadome
Well,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
the hat.
and the hat.
taller the hat, richer the man.
That's what it is with all the kids with their hat that's sitting really up high on their head. That's their
Oh.
rich.
Interesting.
Is that a thing?
You've never seen the
No.
redneck kids
No.
with their hat sitting on the top of their head?
Or
That's been
the
going on for years.
what's up with the reversed stanced truck lift that's just tilted?
Oh,
like
the Cali
way fuck
squat?
up?
Nope, you messed it up
You
again,
messed it up
Jesse.
I
again,
did?
Jesse.
It's
Yeah.
Carolina squat.
Carolina squat.
The Cali squat.
Cali squat. Carolina squat. I mean, at
Cali
least I had
squat
the
is
C
a
word
fitness
right.
move.
I could have called it the other C word squat. That probably would have been more correct, but
Fitting, at least, right?
yeah.
Where were we? Where were we going before we went to?
Oh,
we were
I
talking
was
about
telling you why I
sideways.
didn't invite you to the dunes.
Oh yeah. Why didn't you invite me? Actually, go ahead and tell me.
Oh, it's just you didn't.
He doesn't want to
really-
know, but he wants to know.
It was just that trip wasn't like it wasn't an inclusive all on our end of the group. That was
It was inclusive.
was a
for Colin.
combination of the Cox's kid and the Visages, or sorry, one of the Cox's kids, Marley.
All right, first stop, we
Matt,
are in
correct?
Denio,
Is
Nevada.
that what it was?
Now,
That's what you said was Denio.
But
You've
after
always
that,
said
you,
Denio.
if you
Oh my gosh, we're back
play
to this.
into it,
Sorry, I found
Sorry.
it.
I thought
found
it was. I guess I was
It's-
right.
I
I
call it
really
Denio,
thought Denio
but
for
yeah.
a while. Colin or somebody else was
are you
using
listening to?
Denio. I just
that's
spent
right.
at least
I
5
fact-checked
minutes.
myself.
on
Denio,
different
pronounced
pronunciation. So I still be
Denio.
wrong, but I'm going to call it Denio. Denio is a tiny little town.
The argument continues.
All
All
right.
right, Jesse, I'm really sorry to have cut you off.
No,
but
you're
Colin,
fine.
Because
I don't
it's
care.
named after Aaron Denio.
Well, you might just be pronouncing his last name incorrectly.
Thank you.
Or there's people that know Aaron.
I didn't
I
really
figured
factor
Aaron
that
be
in.
long dead.
It was only 1885. There's no one living that would be able to vouch.
Oh my god. This is what off the rails looks like, guys.
Yeah, this is off the rails.
I love it.
Only semi.
I love
Wow.
it. So Colin explained the whole situation as to why you didn't invite
Yeah.
me, Jesse, and that's okay. I still love you. You don't have to invite me
Well,
to everything.
And it's okay. I mean, because where would you have slept?
I don't know.
Nowhere.
Our
You would have had to
Airbnb,
sleep in your
hotel,
tent.
my tent, many options.
You wouldn't want to slept in
You
your
were-
tent
yeah.
this weekend.
It was
Oh, I'm
raining pretty
certain.
hard for
Yeah.
a lot of it.
It was
sure.
garbage. But
Uh,
the rain actually made that sand really enjoyable. It
Oh, it
reminded me
helps.
more of a snow that you didn't get stuck in.
It was a lot
Easily.
more like the Christmas Valley
Okay.
sand. Like it just
Yeah.
just had this firmness to it that wasn't like how it normally is when we go out there.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
Like it is in the morning when it's dewy and cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
It's a-
Sand Lake's real nice, because the dew point is always super low. So every morning the sand is, one, reset because of onshore wind, and then two, just wet, just because marine layer stays
Yeah.
there forever.
What was nice about this sand is versus the dew point, which gets you about, half an inch worth of wet sand on top of very dry sand, is this was probably about 4 inches, 5 inches of wet sand.
Wow.
So you could do hill climbs that you couldn't typically do before. And then also on top of it, Colin, how many people did you see out there? 10, maybe?
Yeah, there was hardly anybody out
Ooh,
there.
that's kinda
It was
nice.
pretty
There was
wild.
like 4 people in the lot. So your ability just to ride around and not be consumed by dune culture, which is my least favorite part about the dunes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really
I think
full of
I only
assholes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I only saw one Trump flag. The rest were just regular orange flags. I was like,
No.
wow.
They even make those anymore?
Yeah, I bought a pink one. It was great.
Yeah. Were you driving the Suburban?
Yeah.
Nice.
Took the Suburban out. Only had one weird thing. I think it popped out a 4-wheel drive, but it made a very loud bang noise. I thought it was the gov lock. Almost called it the grenade locker because that's what it is.
That's what it is.
I keep waiting for it to explode, but I thought it was that, and I was like, oh well, here we go. Somebody's gonna tow me off of here. But no, it's moving along. Yeah, thank you. Perfect timing, Colin. Well placed. So, all in all, I think it was a nice little dune trip, and I think that November in the dunes is probably now my favorite time to go there.
Maybe if it wasn't raining.
Yeah, rain
I don't know.
sucks.
It sucks in the rain, but you know what? When you got an enclosed cab,
Yeah,
It sucks in the summer when it's all busy too.
I hate
Exactly.
I hate the busyness, but I like the sunshine, and
Yep.
I'm not really like I'm not offended by soft sand. I think it's kind of its own fun. Like I don't know, it's still fun to carve around and kind of go over little things. Like
It'd be the same in
It's more-
May. It's just
Yeah.
warmer.
yeah, it's more for me the people thing that does suck a lot of
Yeah.
times, especially when you're in.
Yeah.
I think it'd be easier on a dirt bike or even a side by side sometimes because maybe even if it's still big, it's more agile. But like for us, there's places that we can't really go sometimes, and there's just like things coming at all angles from quads and dirt bikes and
Yeah.
side by sides and stuff, and they kind of like bully you into a trail sometimes that you're like, I can't do this. I got to stop, and then it just fucks everything up for everybody. So that part sucks. I
Yeah.
don't like that.
With the rain, what I noticed was you can't see out the side windows
Oh,
because there's just
Oh, yeah.
water on them. So
Yeah.
so you end up with your window down. So now you're getting rained on with the window down so that you can see.
Yeah.
So that part was annoying.
especially at night when it got dark.
Yeah, once it got dark, it was I couldn't see anything. So
I'm
Just
going
kinda
I'm going straight forward.
yeah, very, very tentative the whole route through when it was dark and rainy.
oof.
So
Mhm.
Did you guys do like a end to end kind of thing? You were trying to just get a
no,
good drive in,
we're
or did you just?
I mean, we just went out when I was there, we went out like twice.
Mhm.
Like once in the beginning of the day and once at the end of the day. And that end of the day kind of turned in, we were out there
Sure.
starting to get dark, and then by the time we were leaving, it was dark, and we had gone far enough that it was, a little bit of a drive to get back to the exit. But
Yeah.
And we had
Yeah.
trekked up into, like at the Florence Dunes, there's that one big area that is not connected to the ocean.
Yeah.
And we had trekked up onto the upper west end of it where the dunes start getting really big.
Yep.
And so we had to trek back in the dark through that.
That's fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I decided to leave Raw Dog on the trail and ride in Robbie's buggy. Because at that point, I hadn't ridden in the buggy yet and gone out. So I wanted to go hang out with him and go do the weirder of the lines.
Sure.
And it's kind of nice having a cage because you're just like, oh, it's okay. if we flip, I'm just going to close my eyes and put my hands on the seat like this so I don't get sand in my eyes or my fingers cut off. And so we got to do the weirder of the lines. And there's a lot of weird lines out there that you can take. Like a lot of, earlier on Friday, we took a lot of the, like 4-wheeler side-by-side hillside treks through the grassy lands.
Jeez.
Which got a little sketchy in the Suburban, because being that I am a land yacht.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fun little trails out there. And when there's nobody there, you can feel comfortable doing it, not run into a 4-wheeler who's itching to get past you or and press you into a line that you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always like the oncoming traffic sucks and those tight trails, and then there's always like some pit that you can fall into. And like, since we're all driving these like
Streetcars,
overland vehicles,
Basically.
for lack of a better term, it's always the thing where I'm like, I don't want to go there because I'll never get out. That being said, we haven't had a lot of really bad stucks on the sand as a group. It really hasn't ever been too big of an issue.
I mean, the only one that I can remember is just when we had to dig at the Oregon dunes last time. But it really wasn't that bad. And that was just because, was it Colin? Not, but...
Misi?
I mean, I got
Misi,
stuck
yeah.
once when it was just me and Sean,
Yeah.
and I was in the Montero, and I took the
yeah.
weirdest
No, 'cause-
like double jump line deal crossing paths, and I just got super flexed out and buried. So then we had to pull me backwards off of that. But I think that's the only time I've been.
I don't think
stuck.
I've actually been on the dunes with the other Colin. So that might have been like when you guys all went to Sand Lake or something.
No,
We
is
did
when we
do
went to
Sand Lake.
through the Oregon dunes when we went, like, is that what, the Black Rock trip?
So you're talking
Are you talking
like-
about Christmas Valley?
Oh,
Christmas
Christmas
Oh,
Valley.
Christmas
Valley.
Valley. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Got it.
Where
Okay.
Tyson went down that really steep
That was-
one in Cher and got it
Yeah.
got it stuck against the
Or
ground.
when
Yep,
Colin,
and I got
and
to
then
pull out the
that's
dope
right.
rope.
Yeah.
Colin did, or no? Well, I guess
Rebecca
it was
did.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
Rebecca,
Rebecca
yeah.
that
got it
buried the
super
Tacoma.
stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
we've all
he
been.
was super intent on using the winch, and I was like, no, just let me pull out the dope rope. Let's just yard you out. No, we got to use the winch.
Oh my god. I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, because I mean, many of us got stuck on that, which is funny. I think it's just because we were going across so much weird stuff once you get out of the main dune area. There was a year that Mike towed the trailer through there.
Yep.
That was
the same year.
Was the same year?
same year.
That was the
Must
same
have been,
year.
yeah, because we were all there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
because
something.
that was the year Emmy was born, and Anna couldn't go.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I was basically riding near Mike,
Yep.
so he had an option if he got stuck.
Yep.
And so I was not on a bad line to try to get out of there.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Little wingman action.
Yeah. Christmas Valley's kind of fun because it does have that, like, it's a little bit more packed, like you're saying, and there's no one there most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time
Yep.
it's pretty empty.
It's pretty cool.
It's my favorite dunes.
Yeah, it's way more wide open than especially Sand Lake is.
Yeah, no trees really. You just get like that big brush, and that's about it.
Just brush areas. So.
But plenty of places to camp and get away from the wind.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've had some great campsites out there.
Yeah.
And at night there's nobody's running around really. It's very rare, especially when you get on that like south end.
Once you get down on the south side, it's pretty barren.
Yeah.
You don't have the LED light whips running around on your side by sides.
No brapping.
No
Yeah.
brapping.
I was going to say this on the last podcast, and I forgot.
Okay.
I think.
You think you forgot?
Pretty sure we didn't talk about it, but I'm going to say it, and you're going to
Okay.
correct me.
Ooh, another opportunity for Sean was wrong.
Opportunity. Yep. We can. This game can just keep on going. That $10 is going to happen. Colin, did we talk about the StanceWorks F40, the newest content on it? Have we followed up?
No, we have
Okay.
not followed up since the first
Okay.
round.
I thought it'd be fun to give you updates on this build because I know you kind of are, I'm going to say
because I'm not watching.
Yeah,
any
you're
of
not
that.
watching, and you're not. That's the word I was going to use. You just don't like it. That's the.
He's not enthused.
You know what? I'm not going to say that. You don't know that you don't like it
It's
yet,
not
but you have
that
a hunch that you won't.
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
the person.
Sure.
It's because I don't like the person.
So I'm confident that Steve and Jesse probably have also not watched it. So can we guess? So the last thing we talked about was the engine, right? Like, what's he going to put in this thing for an engine? I kind of thought maybe there was a lot of thoughts that I had that, I figured it's not going to be an F40 engine, most likely. Maybe like something exotic like a Jet V10, or like I think we talked about it off air for a second, or probably not like an LS or something. Like, he couldn't figure it out. Do you have any guess on what he landed on for an engine?
So he's landed on something.
He bought an engine in the video. Right?
An RB.
It's 2 RBs, right?
Well, because what was the other car that he had?
308.
The 308, and
Has
that
a
has a Honda motor in
Honda
it?
K series in it, turbo,
Right.
big power, sequential.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't I make sure not to follow anything that he does.
Sure.
I don't know
Where he's at with
what
the build.
leanings he is. I just know the way older vehicles that I also didn't like, and what he did with those. And I don't know if anything has changed necessarily. So
I just saw what it was.
Well, I hope you just read the caption, because I want to explain part of it when we get there. Give me a wild guess, just because I think it's fun.
Wild. Okay. Give me how many cylinders it is.
No, I just want to just knee jerk. What's your first what could it be?
Oh.
And then we can dwindle that down if you want, if you don't guess it, because I don't think you will. Because I mean, not that I'm better suited to guess this, but I did not guess it at all. I'll tell you that. I was like, oh, that's a surprising choice. So,
I would have never got this either.
Audi V10.
That's a good guess. It has 12 cylinders. I'll tell you that. The thumbnail is I bought an Enzo engine. So, or something along those lines. It's actually, so I guess all those V12s, this is going to be one of those fun moments where Luke's yelling at the radio. All those V12s are, all of the modern V12s are kind of from the same series. And I think this is actually an 812 engine, if I remember, but it's the same kind of architecture as the Enzo V12. But kind of crazy and kind of cool, I think, that, in this Ferrari scheme, he has decided, okay, he made a comment too about this will never be a real, in quotes, F40. This is a tube chassis with F40 bodywork, but I feel like building this, I want to make it the most Ferrari thing that I can build. And this engine, I think, is what gets him there, he says. And I thought that was kind of cool. I was just kind of interested. So he bought a complete low mileage, never used, or wrecked car one or something, and then a mock-up engine. The video is about how expensive it is and that kind of stuff, which of course is a Ferrari V12. It's very expensive. I get it. You're paying for this by your subscribers subscribing to your Patreon and selling merch and all this stuff, and this is how you're making money, and that's how you're building the car, and that's fine. I don't really the economics of it I don't really care about. I think it's an interesting build though, and that engine choice was surprising and made sense.
It's surprising in the fact that it's him choosing to put a Ferrari motor
in the Ferrari,
or Ferrari engine
in a Ferrari.
In a Ferrari, and that's why where my guess was just something random,
else,
because the last one was a Honda. So so it's and the quote unquote hot rod truck that he did had a Cummins in it. Things like
this Coyote.
No, he had a diesel.
Was there a diesel?
So
that
diesel
that Model A
first.
thing was a BMW straight 6, and then the F1 looking thing had a blown Coyote in it.
There was a diesel one somewhere in there too.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, pretty sure
It would make sense.
But at any rate, nothing has made sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
So what can I do that's a little bit different, even if it's not different?
Yeah, so the fact that this has a Ferrari engine,
yeah,
I probably would have never gotten to that conclusion knowing the person that's doing it.
Yeah. And
the fact that it's, quote, a Ferrari that it's going into. So
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
curious to see. It's going to be interesting. It's an interesting watch if you don't dislike the person that makes the video. I think it's good. And I will say also insanely popular. Like he is hitting like YouTube trending and that kind of stuff, which is kind of interesting. It's cool, for somebody that came from not that. So, not Ferrari building, that's for sure.
From Euro trash cars.
From Euro trash cars, that's for sure. And that's been today's Ferrari Minute. Speaking of which, Las Vegas Grand Prix this weekend. F1 and lovely byproduct of Formula One being in Vegas. The race, instead of being nice and early in the morning like we're used to, is starting at, I think, 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. I forget. 10 p.m.
So past my bedtime.
10 p.m. Saturday. Yeah. I'll be staying up.
That's when I can actually watch it.
Whoa.
All right.
There we go.
Crazy.
What day is it?
Saturday. It's the race.
Saturday is the race?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's probably not going to work for me. I got to get up early Sunday because football's back.
Football.
Yeah.
Football is life, right?
Yep. Yeah. First match back after the international break.
Yeah. Who's the match against?
I believe it's Southampton.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Southampton
Go ahead.
Hams.
Dogs.
You go dog, I'll go pig, Sean.
Yeah. Pig dogs.
You got to remember they're English, so they have much more like
They're the
clever...
blokes. The Southampton blokes.
Blokes. I've been watching Ted Lasso again, and he guesses a team name or whatever, and it's like never mind. I'm not even gonna try, but he basically he fucks it up 3 times in a row, and it's funny.
Are you talking about the Sheffield Wednesday thing?
Maybe. No, that's the day. Wait a minute, we're playing
playing Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. The old who's on first.
Yeah, exactly. This was like the name of the team is they're like I can't do it. I'm just gonna mess it up so bad.
West Ham.
No, it's like
Everton.
No. I don't know the team name because it's not one
Manchester
I've ever heard.
United.
Man City. Anyways.
Arsenal.
No. The name of the team implies that there's a nickname that doesn't exist, and their mascot is not even related to the name of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And so the confusion kind of starts
That's typical because they're not like directly.
So this would be
they're
this
not
would be
the
like,
Cardinals.
Yeah, this would be like
Yeah,
if it was the.
It's not as spoon
Camden
fed.
Dogs. And it's like, oh,
Wanderers.
and they're or maybe that's it. And maybe it was like, well, and then their mascot must be the dog, and they're like, actually, it's this, and he's like, what? Doesn't make sense. Camden Wanderers.
I think it's Wanderers.
That seems like could be.
Let's see.
I don't know. We could start a
Is
football
this what's,
podcast so I can just guess things all the time, and then I'd be really wrong a lot.
I was to say, this is another episode of Off the Rails.
Yeah, we're almost at an hour, so it's fun to go really severely off the rails until we end the podcast.
I'm fully okay with that.
I have nothing normal to talk about left. I don't think. I think I'm through my subjects.
There is no mid-sized truck news lately.
Just that Kia that we already talked about, right?
Yeah, the
Wanna talk about that again?
Tasman.
Tasman. Yeah. How do you pronounce that, Steve? Tossman.
Tasman.
Tasman.
I know Rick Tosman. Okay, it's
He pronounces the Tasman Denio.
It's Denio.
I have loved watching the little bits of humor come from that, where all of a sudden somebody finds an old military rig, and it's typically an American military rig. It's like, see, I told you, it looks like the Tasman.
You know what?
What?
You know what it might have been? Because it's not Camden. Camden's not the Wanderers. I'm way out there. They're not they're not like a huge club. It might have been Wolverhampton.
that
They
might
call them the Wolves, but they are the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
That's right. that was it. So I'm going to see if I can find the actual thing. It's the Wolverhampton
Wanderers.
Yep, that's definitely it.
Yeah,
that's definitely it. Anyways, it was funny. It was funny. Sheffield Wednesday's a pretty good one, though.
That's a pretty funny little skit there.
What a good show.
It is pretty good.
Football aside, good show.
Football aside.
I mean, I'm just saying that, like, I would assume that most people that really like soccer do not like that people have any knowledge from that show of that sport. So I don't, except for I understand what a pitch is a little bit clearer now.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I say it every time,
They just
but
have
I
better
know
words
it.
for stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like people only know football now because of Ted Lasso, and then that documentary that Ryan Reynolds and
Welcome
Rob
to
Wrexham.
I haven't
Wrexham.
seen that.
I haven't either.
Is it any good?
It's pretty good.
That's pretty, yeah. I mean,
There's another.
It's a ripoff of
another. There's
show that.
If
did
you
that
like those
beforehand,
two
but-
characters, as far as those two actors, you would like it.
Who's he with on that?
Mac from
Rob McElhenney.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I could probably entertain it.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, Ted Lasso, they use a real stadium for their I think, was it Palace? I think it's Crystal Palace. I can't remember exactly. Anyway.
Well, Sean, if you're going to watch any sports documentary, I highly recommend Battered Bastards of Baseball first. Then you can watch... What? No, what?
You say this like I've never watched a sports documentary before.
The best one. I can't remember if they took it.
It's going to be a football one.
No, it's not.
Which one is it?
a documentary called A League of Their Own. It was a great movie.
I'm a big fan of the one Basketball. That's a good documentary.
Oh, that's a great documentary.
That's a good one.
The one you have to watch is Crime and Penalties. It's a hockey one.
Okay.
And it's basically the story of real life Sopranos.
Oh.
Dad, who's mob associated, owns a garbage company, buys his high school age son
so good.
a hockey team, and he is the manager for the hockey team, and they end up being really good. It is such a cool documentary.
Okay, gotta see it.
Sounds a lot like an F1 team that I know.
Well, Aston Martin's not that good, so
no, they're not that good, but still, Dad bought a F1 team so son can play games.
Poor guy, poor little fella.
Oh,
well, I mean, he is
We're
racing
just play
with
this
one
clip
of them.
now.
Wait a second. We play Sheffield Wednesday?
Saturday.
Oh, we're playing Sheffield Saturday.
Sheffield Wednesday, Saturday.
We gotta play them twice in the same week?
The club is called Sheffield Wednesday. We play them on Saturday. They're called Sheffield Wednesday because they used to only play on Wednesdays, but nowadays they play on whatever day of the week they feel like, including but not limited to Saturdays, which again is the day of the week we will be playing them.
This Saturday? I can't. I got plans.
I'm leaving.
it's a good one.
That was good.
Oh, that guy that plays the assistant head coach, who
Coach?
is also what? Yeah,
Beard?
coach.
Coach Beard.
Coach Beard, who is also what? One of the head writers, creators of the show. He makes that show.
I mean, I think so many of the characters make the show. It's really, I mean, this is old news, right? Everybody's seen it at this point or knows, but
I mean,
it's
come on.
so
If
good.
you haven't watched it,
Yeah,
get after it.
Yeah, it's a good watch. I've been watching. We might as well just go fully off the rails. I've been watching the show Bad Sisters on Apple TV. Have any of you guys seen that one? This is like
Never even
Irish.
heard of her.
It's like 5 Irish sisters that plot to kill one of their sisters' husbands because he's terrible. And it's very good. It's kind of funny. Like, it's not super serious, but it's good.
You guys want to go?
I love listening to Irish people talk.
Oh, it's...
What do you
I
get
have to-
when you combine one of Hugh Jackman's finest film roles with a fancy pants New York City getaway?
Jean Valjean Catskills.
Ooh, no, that's a great answer, Sam. How do you know about the Catskills?
Marvelous Miss Mizzy.
That's a good show.
Also
Yeah,
a good show.
I respect that word. No, the answer I was looking for actually was today's opponents, Wolverhampton.
Full name, Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Thank you. Also known as the Wanderers.
No. Also known as Wolves.
Okay, so our opponents today are the Wolverhampton Wandering Wolves.
No. Just Wolverhampton or Wolves.
Got it. So when the team, known as Wolverhampton or Wolves, is wandering around the pitch today trying to score some soccer goals, here's the game plan. Take it away, fellas.
With the Irish show, I was going to start to say before that, I watch with the subtitles for like one episode
Oh
out
my
of 5.
God,
I
'cause you
have
couldn't
to
understand
because I
it.
can't. It's like I got to get in the zone to really understand what they're saying. And I realize when I read the subtitles, I'm missing a lot. If I don't,
A lot of
just a lot
show
of
action?
stuff going. No.
I
Like,
can't hear
they
things
say.
without subtitles.
oh.
They,
Yeah,
I
says
agree.
the guy who watches anime.
Yeah.
Sorry. Also, me. If you want to get off the rails, we could talk about anime, but we're not going to do that tonight.
No,
We're not going to.
it's not that kind of podcast.
Yeah, that'll be
That is
that's the spinoff. Jesse and Steve.
Talk
With-
about
We've
anime.
got a lot of potential spin-offs.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's just
Probably be more
Back-
successful.
Back on the rails a little bit.
no.
Did you
that's
guys
not
see what has been going kind of viral lately with the guy who finished the Baja with a
Laptop?
Starlink?
Yeah,
No,
so
you-
rad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the kid.
Starlink?
Starlink on his helmet
Yeah.
and his
Yeah.
mom
Did you
like,
watch
live
what his-
streaming his chest.
Yeah.
I'll find the
So you guys
I'll
saw,
find the thing. You
saw
can give the story. I'll find it.
interview with his. You saw the interview with his dad, like it must have been 10 years ago. Where
Oh, it was like
his
20
dad-
years ago.
Yeah, his dad finished the Baja, and he was just trash talking colleges, saying, "My kids are too dumb to go to college because you know what? They're going to be out here and they're going to win. They're going to race the Baja and they're going to make it through." And then now it's 2024. This kid is out there with a Starlink duct taped to his head, to his helmet, and is live streaming with his mom so she can watch and check up on him because he has diabetes.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so he is the guy's son, and he did finish. I don't know where he placed, but it is pretty damn cool.
Just
Like,
finishing is the
Yeah, just
accomplishment.
the fact that you finished any Baja, doesn't matter if it's the 500 or the
Yeah.
1000. The fact that you finished is pretty damn cool. And yes, Colin's
yeah.
got it right here.
Oh, the sound.
Had to go the last 60 miles about 30 miles an hour. Going through Ojos Negros 2 different times, the Mexicans came out and pushed me over a couple hills. That's how great it was. But that's Baja. We love it. Every year my wife says, "Hey Dave, we should probably save for a little college education." And every year I say, "No, college is overrated. Our kids are stupid anyways. What does that matter? Let's go race the Baja." Woo! With that being said, a couple of my dumb kids are down there. Love you, Ben, love you. They won't be going to college, but they will be Baja champions.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like that. There you go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
So
that
that,
Stupid
Couple of my
kids over
dumb
there.
kids are.
that guy's kid just raced the Baja and did
That's
it.
pretty cool.
And
Did you
finished-
do it on a bike?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
it on a
that's
bike.
gnarly.
I thought
and
this
he
was going
had
to be
a
both clips put
Star-
together, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, and he had a Starlink receiver duct taped to his helmet so he could FaceTime his mom on his chest the whole time through the race.
That is crazy.
Yep. That was it was a really cool story from what is surrounding this podcast.
Yeah, one of these days we'll go down and
Heck yeah.
see that.
Definitely on the list.
I don't know if you're actually moving closer or farther from Baja, Sean.
I think
Is-
maybe further from Baja.
I think you're a little farther.
Hey Luke.
Luke is
me-
going to win this contest, by the way. You realize
Oh,
that.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
pretty
I
sure
know.
that guy's got a notebook
gonna
of all
CC
the
me on the
dumb shit
email.
we've all said. And he's going to email me and be like, these are the things that Sean said incorrect, but your list is much longer.
But here's yours.
And he will win $20.
Ooh. Up in the ante for proving 2 things wrong.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I can't find the
Only
other
for
video.
Luke, though.
It sucks. It's annoying.
This is riveting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out.
Um,
It is almost the exact same distance between Bend and Ensenada and Denver and Ensenada.
Really?
I'm talking like extremely close. At 1,052 miles going through California for Bend. And then from Denver, I think there was one direct route, and it is 1168. So like a 40-minute difference it shows.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. So we'll all converge and be the same amount of tired.
Yeah. That's a drive.
Maybe, yeah. I'm annoyed by that. I can't believe I can't find the...
You can dub it
The
in.
follow up with a kid.
Yeah. Because the original one that I saw was, I think it was the one that you sent, it had, oh, well, why don't I just go to that?
Yeah, there we go.
Idiot. Fucking, well, yeah, don't fill or anything while I'm doing it. Just sit
I'm
here
just
and
trying to figure out what you're
completely
saying.
quiet. God, guys,
Can you play some wait music?
you guys are the worst. Can't even
we try.
fill. Honestly, I'm a producer. I'm not here to fucking talk.
Well, the good news is you can fast forward through it.
We should probably save for a little college education. And every year I say no, college is overrated. Our kids are stupid anyways. What does that matter? Let's go race the Baja! Woo! And with that being said, a couple of my dumb kids are down there. Jake, love you. Ben, love you. They won't be going to college, but they will be Baja champions.
Being taped onto his head. Oh my gosh. Tell me about your race. How did we go about this?
So, a few years ago, my dad had a pretty famous interview, and he called me and my brother stupid. But I wanted to race the Baja so bad, but my mom wouldn't let me because I have type 1 diabetes. And she said the only way I could race it is if I was live streaming to her the whole time. So I have her on my chest right now.
Look, his mom is right here, you guys. Oh my gosh. Hi. He made it to the finish. He's safe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she knows. She's been watching the whole time.
She was following along.
Duh, lady.
Yeah. Okay, continue with your program.
Oh well, yeah, that's pretty much all I had. I'm good.
Yeah, you're good?
Did
You're
anybody
good?
else have anything to say?
Yeah, welcome to the Campfire Passport Podcast.